Willow Creek sat on the northern edge of a mid-sized American city, its tidy rows of single-family homes lining curved streets. Each house boasted a well-kept lawn and matching mailboxes, creating a postcard-worthy suburb. Driving through, you'd see nothing out of place: kids riding bikes, couples strolling with dogs at dusk, and the scent of freshly mowed grass in the air. The Homeowners Association (HOA) was, on paper, well-regarded, handling shared landscaping, maintaining the community pool, and hosting occasional block parties that fostered neighborly bonds. The board, officially 5 members strong, met monthly to review EW budgets, enforce bylaws, and plan upgrades. But beneath the polished surface, some residents murmured about a darker side: rumors of steep fines for minor infractions and an overzealous official who crossed lines. Most dismissed it as typical HOA grumbling, annoying but harmless. After all, how much trouble could an HOA really cause? Residents learned to keep their yards neat, bins out of sight, and house colors within approved shades. Follow the rules and you'd likely stay under the radar, or so they thought. A new family, the Thompsons, had recently settled in Willow Creek, drawn by safe streets and a quick commute to the city. D. Thompson, a software engineer, worked from home, while Sarah Thompson, a teacher, joined a nearby middle school. Their teenage son, Ethan, started his junior year at the local high school. The Thompsons' move was seamless. Neighbors welcomed them, and a small committee dropped off brownies with tips about local stores. For weeks, life was quiet. WYD tweaked his home office setup, Sarah planned her teaching commute, and Ethan adjusted to new classes. They'd heard whispers of an overbearing HOA figure but figured it was exaggerated. Keep the house in order, they reasoned, and no one would bother them. Unbeknownst to them, the self-appointed enforcer of Willow Creek, Lorraine Hensley, nicknamed Karen, behind her back had already started noting details about their property: a slightly overgrown shrub, a car parked too long in the driveway, a porch light not quite matching the approved style. Small issues, sure, but enough to spark Lorraine's interest. Life in Willow Creek was about to get messy, and it would all begin with a single, critical package. Lorraine Hensley was in her mid-50s, tall, always dressed in crisp blouses and tailored pants. Her ash-blonde hair, cut in a sharp bob, barely moved, and her upright posture screamed self-importance. She lived alone in a pristine 2-story home with a flawless yard, hedges trimmed to perfection, a small fountain bubbling out front, and a wrought iron fence that subtly said, "Keep out." Officially, Lorraine was the HOA's standards coordinator, a title she'd crafted after volunteering to handle disputes when a board member stepped down. Over time, she'd taken near total control over rules about fences, parking, and bylaw enforcement. Neighbors called her Karen privately, a nod to the stereotype of a bossy woman who demands to speak to the manager. To Lorraine, she was the manager. She roamed Willow Creek with a clipboard, snapping photos of lawns, porches, and open garage doors. Sometimes she left friendly notes on doors. Other times, she sent stern emails about violations: your hedge is too tall, your trash can was visible past 8 a.m. Her demands were often trivial, but many complied, fearing fines or, worse, a lien on their home. HOAs could legally impose liens for unpaid fines, though the process was trickier than Lorraine implied. Still, the threat kept residents in line. The Thompsons were her latest focus. Something about them irked her: maybe their habit of leaving one car in the driveway, or the time Ethan had friends over, music spilling from a parked car. Or perhaps it was their newness. Unbothered by the unspoken hierarchy Lorraine thought she ruled. She decided to watch them closely, waiting for a chance to assert her authority. Meanwhile, the Thompsons remained unaware they'd caught her until a string of innocent deliveries landed on their doorstep. WYD had a subscription for niche hobby supplies, while Sarah needed monthly medication for a chronic condition. This was where things would soon take a troubling turn. It started subtly. WYD noticed one of his hobby packages: a box of rare model parts, arrived a day late. He brushed it off as a shipping hiccup. The next month, the same package came late, with an odd dent in the corner, like it had been mishandled. "Weird," he told Sarah. "These are usually clockwork. I'm setting up delivery alerts." Sarah, meanwhile, ordered classroom supplies: posters, markers, books. One package arrived with unfamiliar tape, contents slightly jumbled, though nothing was missing. She chalked it up to a rough carrier. Then came a bigger worry: Sarah's prescriptions. She managed a chronic illness with daily meds, typically picked up at a pharmacy. But her insurance recently switched to mail order to cut costs, so a monthly supply now came by courier. requiring a signature or secure drop-off. The first delivery went fine. The second arrived a day late, but Sarah dismissed it as normal. Lorraine, however, had been watching. She noticed the delivery vans, the packages left briefly on the porch, and disapproved of the Thompsons' occasional delay in retrieving them. To her, it was careless boxes could clutter the curb, attract thieves, or ruin the neighborhood's pristine look. Once, she approached Ethan as he grabbed a package, saying, "You shouldn't leave these out so long. It's sloppy." Ethan nodded politely, confused by her intensity. For weeks, the Thompsons tried to grab deliveries faster, but WID's Zoom calls sometimes ran over, and Sarah's school hours left the porch unattended midday. Then, a neighbor, Rachel, mentioned to Sarah, "I saw Lorraine on your porch last week, eyeing a box." She left before I could wave. Sarah frowned and told WID, "Is she snooping through our mail?" "That's not legal." Uneasy but lacking proof, they held off confronting her. They had no clue how soon they'd have hard evidence that Lorraine Hensley was meddling with their packages. The tipping point came on a warm, breezy afternoon. WID was tied up in virtual meetings, Sarah was at school, and Ethan stayed late for a club. Their front door camera was down due to a Wi-Fi glitch, Leah viewing no footage. That day, Sarah's prescription was due between noon and 2 p.m. At 1:10 p.m., the driver scanned it as delivered, left a door. Normally, a text would ping WID or Sarah, but both were busy and didn't check. When Sarah got home at 3:45 p.m., she found no package. "Maybe it's behind a planter," she muttered, searching. Nothing. WID joined her, checking bushes and the mailbox. Zilch. He pulled up the delivery email confirmed as dropped off hours earlier. Baffled, they wondered if a porch pirate struck, though theft was rare in Willow Creek. Worried, Sarah called the mail order service. "We show it as delivered," the rep said. "We can file a claim, but since it's medication, we'll need to verify with the courier. It might take days." Sarah's stomach dropped. She had only a few doses left. WID posted in the neighborhood's online group, asking if anyone saw anything odd. Neighbors offered sympathy but no leads. Rachel messaged privately, "Check with Lorraine. She's grabbed packages before, saying they're at risk." Another neighbor added, "She took my delivery once and held it for safety." Annoying. The Thompsons now had a suspect. Maybe Lorraine had rescued their package. They walked to her house to ask. No answer at first, then Lorraine cracked the door, her face cool. WID, "Sarah, what's this about?" Sarah explained, "My prescription was delivered today, but it's gone." "Did you pick it up?" Lorraine blinked. "A package?" "No idea what you mean." WID pressed, "Maybe you grabbed it to keep it safe?" "We just need it back." A flicker of annoyance crossed her face. "You're mistaken. I didn't touch it. Call your delivery company." Her tone was firm, but her eyes shifted. The Thompsons exchanged looks. She was hiding something. Without proof, they thanked her and left. "She's lying," Sarah whispered as they walked away. They didn't know it yet, but the missing package wasn't just an inconvenience. As a controlled medication, it had strict tracking. Those digital trails would soon point straight to Lorraine's doorstep, bringing a wave of trouble. That night, they told Ethan, "Mom's meds are gone, and we think MS. Hensley took them." Ethan gaped. "She can't just steal stuff that's illegal." Sarah nodded. "We know, but we need evidence." The next day, WID got a call from the courier's investigator. "Mr. Thompson, your package has extra tracking since it's medication. The driver's GPS shows it was left at your door at 1:10 p.m. For minutes later, it moved about 50 feet. Then the signal dropped." WID asked, "Can you tell where it went?" The investigator replied, "Not exactly, but it was carried toward a nearby house. We'll dig deeper." Later he called back. "The WIC pinged 50 feet from your porch, likely at a neighbor's property, then went silent." "It's odd." WID's jaw tightened. "That's MS. Hensley's house. Her name's Lorraine." The investigator noted it, adding, "Since it's meds, we may loop in police if theft's suspected. You could file a report." WID shared this with Sarah and Ethan. It wasn't ironclad, but it pointed to Lorraine. Sarah asked neighbors discreetly. One saw Lorraine walking near their house around 1:15 p.m., holding a small box. Con Vwine said they emailed Lorraine. Subject: Missing medication package. "Dear MS. Hensley, our prescription delivery went missing yesterday. Tracking shows it was moved toward your home at 1:10 p.m. If you have it, please return it, no questions asked. This is critical for my health. Sincerely, Sarah Vaude Thompson. No reply came. The next evening was the HOA meeting at Willow Creek's Community Center. The Thompsons attended, joining a small crowd. The board president Clara Benton, VP Michael Ruiz, Treasurer Aisha Patel, Secretary Greg Larson, and member Linda Choran threw updates. Lorraine sat to the side, shuffling papers, not a board member but a frequent fixture as standards coordinator. When the floor opened, WID stood. We've got a serious issue. Sarah's prescription was taken from our porch. We suspect a neighbor MS. Hensley may have it. She's taken packages before. Can she clarify? Murmurs spread. Michael frowned. You think Lorraine took it? WID nodded. Tracking shows it moved toward her house and a neighbor saw her with a box. Lorraine shot up. This is outrageous. I don't have your drugs. It's slander. Sarah's voice shook. These are Vital meds. If you took them, just say so and return them. Lorraine snapped, I don't have them. You leave packages out and Viting thieves, then blame me. Neighbors groaned. Aisha cut in, Hensley, they have a valid concern. We need answers. Clara added, Lorraine, if you have it, return it. Taking packages isn't allowed. Lorraine crossed her arms. I'm not the VI lane. I keep this place orderly. If they lost something, it's on them. The VYD stayed calm. We have data placing it at your house. We'll file a police report if needed. Lorraine scoffed, do it. You'll look foolish. Clara ended it, we'll issue a notice if Lorraine has it, return it, no penalties. If not, the Thompsons can proceed legally. The meeting wrapped tensely. The next day, the Thompsons filed a police report. Detective Lisa Carter took their statement, noting the tracking data and neighbor's account. It's serious since it's medication, she said. We'll talk to MS. Hensley, but without hard proof, it's tough. We'll try. The courier and pharmacy also investigated, checking the package's RFID chip, used for high-value shipments. Meanwhile, Sarah struggled without her meds, scrambling for an emergency refill. Her doctor fought the insurance to get a temporary supply, adding stress. WID installed new cameras, suspecting Lorraine might snoop again. Nothing showed up but a stray dog. Then a break. The courier's investigator called. Mr. Thompson, the RFID pinged at an address on Sycamore Lane, MS. Hensley Street an hour after delivery, then again inside a house nearby. WID's pulse raced. So it's at her place? We can't swear to it, but it was there for hours. WID sent this to Carter, who worked with the DA for a search warrant. Days later, a judge approved it. On a chilly morning, Carter and 2 officers arrived at Lorraine's house. WID watched from home, nerves tight. Lorraine opened her door, saw the officers, and paled. MS. Hensley, we have a warrant to search for a stolen package, Carter said. Lorraine tried to shut the door, but an officer stopped it. This is absurd, she yelled, stepping aside. Inside, they checked her rooms. In a storage closet, behind stacked bins, an officer found a package with Sarah's name, opened and retaped. The meds were inside, slightly disturbed. Lorraine stammered, that's not mine. Someone framed me. Carter wasn't swayed. They bagged the package, arrested Lorraine for theft, mail tampering, and possessing stolen meds. Reading her rights as she protested, the Thompsons set me up. Neighbors watched as she was led to a cruiser. Carter texted to WID, package found. Hensley in custody. Relief hit hard. Sarah got her meds back that day, processed quickly after EVY Denke photos. Willow Creek buzzed with the news. Some saw Lorraine cuffed, ranting about conspiracies. The HOA board, led by Clara, ousted her from her role, condemning her actions. Neighbors shared stories Lorraine had taken their packages too, often returning them after snooping. A criminal case built. Mail theft, stolen property, med tampering. Mail tampering carried federal weight, with jail time possible. Lorraine posted bail but holed up at home, her yard neglected, her influence gone. The Thompsons felt uneasy leaving near her but trusted the law. Weeks later at trial, Lorraine faced charges. Her lawyer claimed she meant to protect the package, but RFID data, neighbor accounts, and the open box crushed her defense. Sarah testified about her health risks, WID about Lorraine's denials, Carter about the warrant. The judge convicted her, calling her actions a gross abuse of trust. Lorraine got 18 months in prison, fines and restitution for Sarah's costs. Civil suits from neighbors piled on and she defaulted on her mortgage. Her house was seized, sold to a new couple who got a warm welcome. Willow Creek's HOA rewrote rules to prevent unchecked power. The Thompsons resumed life. Sarah's meds are arriving safely, DVD's boxes intact, Ethan back to school. Neighbors vowed to speak up sooner. Lorraine's fall became a warning. Meddling with mail, especially meds, isn't trivial. When self-styled Karens overstep, justice steps in, restoring peace to even the tedious suburbs.